Warm welcome back to the channel, everybody. How are you all doing? In today's video, I will be sharing with you a simple recipe and a tutorial on how to make the best tasting meat pie dough. In my humble opinion, the dough of the meat pie makes the meat pie. So if your dough does not taste right, the meat pie is not going to taste right. So watch this video to find out what ingredient that I add to my meat pie dough to make it taste really yummy. These are the ingredients that you are going to need to make the best tasting meat pie dough. You are going to need all-purpose flour, some baking powder as a raising agent, some salt. It can be any kind of salt. I just have the Himalayan pink salt here. You're going to need butter, and then I like to add minced onions to my crust. That gives it flavor, and I think this is the chef's secret here. And then for the liquids, I like to use ice cold. In fact, you have to use ice cold water. Okay, I have 2 tablespoons here, and then 1 cup in here. And then I like to use eggs as well to bind my crust together, plus give it a shape. As far as the tools that you need, you are going to need a measuring cup. You're going to need measuring spoons. And then you are also going to need this right here. This is a grater. I'm going to share with you how I use this grater. And then this right here to to shape the meat pie rounds with. You can use any object, but this one I find this is made for, I like this size for party size meat pies. And then you're also going to need a rolling pin. If you have a large bowl, you might want to bring that out as well, but I'm going to mix my crust right on top of my countertop. If you have a huge surface, you don't need a bowl. All right, so here's the surface I'm going to use. Make sure it's clean, nice and clean. And then I'm going to measure 8 cups of my all-purpose flour and put it directly on the countertop. Next, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Next, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of salt, and that's because my butter is salted. But if you're using unsalted butter, make sure you add 1.5 teaspoons. And this is optional but highly recommended to make a flavorful crust. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of my onion. And we're just going to mix everything in. Again, if you don't have a surface, you can do this in a bowl, but this works just as well. We're going to mix everything in like this. And then next, we're going to add our butter. When it comes to things like fat, butter, oils, and stuff like that, please spend a little bit of money and get the real thing. You know, get organic, get pasture raised. Bad fat is terrible for your health. This is not healthy food by any means, but if you're going to take the time to make it yourself, please use the best ingredients. This recipe makes about 30 medium-sized meat pies, so enough for a small party, so maybe a party of 12 to 15 people. It will feed that many people comfortably. If you are only making the meat pie for a family of 4 to 6 people, feel free to reduce the ingredients by half to make half of the recipe. Or you can always make the entire thing and then save the filled meat pies in the freezer and bake whenever you want to. You can definitely make this ahead of time. I'm telling you, it really tastes good. The secret is the onion powder, I believe, the granulated onions in the dough. And then also make sure that your butter, your water is very cold so that your crust is flaky, super flaky, and then the onions make it very tasty. I think using this tool right here makes it go really, really quickly. It's a lot of time to rub in butter in the flour, but when you use a grater, it makes it easy. This is Cameroon style meat pie. I know I have a lot of Nigerians subscribe to this channel, but this is how I make it, and I'm from Cameroon, so I'm calling it Cameroon style meat pie dough. If you're new to the channel, thank you for watching so far. If you are a member of the tribe, thank you ever so much for watching. I do appreciate all of you. Please, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, kindly hit on that red subscribe button and also turn on notifications. After adding the 2 eggs, I am now adding 1 cup of cold water, ice cold water if you have access to one. I know I indicated 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons, but start with 1 cup of water. And if your dough comes together, you don't need the extra 2 tablespoons. The extra 2 tablespoons is only if your dough is not coming together with the amount of liquid we have added so far. We don't want to add too much liquid. At this point, we are going to put the dough in a bowl and then refrigerate it for about half an hour. You always want your meat pie dough to be very cold. So we're going to let it rest in the fridge for half an hour, and then we are ready to roll it out and cut it up into rounds and fill it up with whatever filling that you like. You can use beef, you can use chicken, you can use fish, and then bake it. In my case, I like to use beef, but this recipe was just to share with you how to make the dough of the meat pie, not the complete recipe. I hope this was useful. Let me know how you do make your meat pie dough. This is the Cameroonian way. It's a family favorite recipe. I was requested to share, and I thought I should leave it here on the channel just in case someone else needed it. If this was useful, please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and let's chat in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and until next time, see you. Bye.